which we are getting from the news items as well, for revival of BSNL and MTNL, in which the BSNL component is nearly 1,45,000 crore. So with the package of 1,45,000 crore which has been given by the government, it is not come only because of BSNL require it. The government has taken a very bold decision. Number one, it has considered the BSNL as one of the strategic asset of the government, so that the market balancer role can be done by a strong BSNL. So government want to make the BSNL stronger. For that, they have tried to clean up the legacy issue which the BSNL is facing. Number one, the AGR dues, which is nearly 33,000 crore, will be converted into equity. That's the first decision. Number two, the loan which the BSNL have will be converted into a government bonds, for which the sovereign guarantee for next 3 years will be given, which will be nearly 22,000 crore. Third decision is, today we do not have spectrum for 2G services which we are carrying out today. My 900 and 1800 megahertz is already expired in February 2022. So there is no spectrum available with us, and we are running the services in a inappropriate manner, if I say so. So government has decided not only to reallocate that spectrum which was available to us, but also to increase the quantum of spectrum, so that it can be utilized both for 2G and 4G. So all the circles where 6.4 megahertz spectrum was available, the 6.4 megahertz spectrum has been decided to give in 900 megahertz to BSNL, so that 3.4 megahertz can be utilized for 2G services and 3 megahertz for voltaic call services through 4G. So today, my all spectrum will be liberalized spectrum with the ability to deploy the technology as per the choice. That's the one of the very important decision. And the spectrum, when we allot it, we also has to pay 18% GST charges. These 18% GST charges will also be given to BSNL as budgetary grant from their side. We all know, working in the field, there is a huge pressure on us in certain manner, in terms of not able to make the payment of our contractors, vendors, even certain time the employees liability and other. So government, on the basis of the request of BSNL, that rural wireline services which we are providing from 2014 to 2020, a amount of 13,789 crore is proposed to be reimbursed to BSNL as a viability gap funding. So once we receive this amount, we will be able to make the payment of our vendors, suppliers and other things. Then preference share capital of 7,500 crore is also become overdue in May 2020. It will be reissued by the government to us. So the overall component of this whole package is 1,45,000 crore, and it is over and above the 4G spectrum which was available to us and allotted earlier basis, whose cost is another 24,000 crore. So if we look at the resources which the government is pumping today, is nearly 1,70,000 crore rupees in BSNL. When it is pumping it, it want the BSNL should revive itself. And for the loan, we are giving a sovereign guarantee of nearly 22,000 crore. One more very important decision is that BSNL and BBNL merger will also take place. So BBNL will be merged in BSNL. So all the responsibility of BharatNet will be with the BSNL. Yesterday, Cabinet one more decision has taken. It has allocated nearly 21,000 plus villages which are uncovered from 4G services, and only 2G villages of nearly 6,000 to BSNL, which is totally 25,000 crore plus project to BSNL. So when we see all these aspects, the government has reposed tremendous faith in BSNL and BSNL officers, BSNL staff in all manner. So it is now our duty to deliver. If we are not able to deliver it, then this package will not sustain it, and eventually there will be no other availability of any kind of support from the government. since all CGMs, GMs and the BA heads are the unit officers of taking forward of this message of the Honorable Prime Minister and the cabinet decision, I like that you kindly meet all your staff, all your association and very clearly tell that the present way of functioning cannot continue in BSNL. A very clear message I want to give it, that when the Honorable Prime Minister was taking the meeting, he communicated very clearly, either perform or perish. He asked very bluntly on this aspect, how many people you have taken the action for non-performance? How many people you have sent to the houses for 56J for non-performance? So very clearly the management and everybody has to rise to the occasion very clearly that we have to work minimum 10 to 12 hours in a productive manner. It is not the hours which count, it is the productivity which counts. It has to be delivered. And there will be very clear message which I want to send across to you, that government, once giving the package, they want performance. And performance will be monitored not on monthly basis. It is going to be monitored on weekly basis. Yesterday's approval is going to be reviewed from today onwards. 5 o'clock is the meeting with the secretary is chairing. Every week he has a fixed day and fixed time for 2 hours to review. So we should be very clear that if there is any lethargy, non-cooperation or any kind of a conduct where the government issues and the government aspiration, we are not able to meet it, then action will follow, and action will be tremendously harsh. And very clearly, nobody should take it that it should be lenient, because the management is very given a very clear message by the Honorable Prime Minister that either you perform or perish. So once government is giving whatever is asked by the BSNL officials, management and everybody, that we want to give you everything, then we also has to perform. So performance is one very important point which I want to say very clearly, that you kindly reach out to all your staff, association, and very clearly the government has reposed the faith in BSNL. That's the message number one. Message number two is government is putting a large amount of money in BSNL revival. There will not be any third revival package. So responsibility on us to perform and make the organization vibrant. Skill set need to be improved. Commitment to the customer and commitment to the network need to be shown. Market share, revenue, customer need to increase. Now we cannot say we don't have the money, we don't have the resources or anything. Next 4 months, 5 months, the things will start flowing to us. We reach out to our vendors also, whatever the problems are there, they will be likely to be take care in next 4 to 5 months. So it is only a work in progress. I think by November, December onwards, the things will be started becoming better. But at the same time, the ask is very clear. Number one, Mission 500. The Prime Minister has given that all 26,000 towers has to be commissioned in Mission 500 mode, and it will be monitored by the PMO and the PM directly. So anybody who is not able to deliver Mission 500, he should think very clearly what kind of things are in store for us. That's the message number one. Number two, the BharatNet is one very important government project which need to be made successful from O&M perspective and utilization perspective. Number three, the BSNL can be made strong only in the market. That means the sales, distribution, going to the customer, increasing the market share, increasing the revenue is a only parameter which will be looked into. If you cannot compete in the market, then those BA head, those CGMs and their subordinate officers will be made accountable in the system. Fourth, this money is given by the government not to waste, but to spend for the desired outcomes. So please do not take it that corruptions and the wastages will be tolerated in the system. A very clear message I want to give it very clearly. All officers is a zero tolerance policy will be followed from here onwards by the corporate office. If we notice any kind of things which are a kind of a malicious intent, very heavy hand will be utilized in such cases without any kind of consideration. So please keep your issues. If you have a habit of making money, please leave the BSNL. I give the message, everybody in the system. I want performance with a clear message of performance with dignity, with clear commitment to the organization. And please start monitoring the performance of on the KPI based of each and every of your employees, officers, and everybody. So I request all the CGMs, all the BA heads, please look into the performance aspect very clearly. If you cannot perform, you have the right to leave. You can resign, go back. I have no problem. But if you cannot perform, please be ready for facing the consequences of that. Because the management has been put, their neck has been put very clearly on the sword and told very clearly either you perform or perish. The board has been put on notice and no else than the Honorable Prime Minister that you ask me what you want. I am giving you. You have to give me the delivery. If you cannot give me the delivery, please tell me. You cannot deliver. I will privatize. I will close the BSNL. It is not that BSNL is today is an organization which need to be supported if you cannot do it. And once I am giving my support and giving you wholeheartedly, I want delivery. If no delivery, the head should roll from the top. That's number one. And when I am saying it, please get the message down the line very clearly that everybody in the organization from top to bottom has to perform both in terms of market, customer service, network uptime. I will not be happy to anybody if my network uptime is less than 98, 99. There is no reason when the resource and other thing, many circles which I find 94, 95, 90, and some circles 65, 70, 80, this all kind of scenario will not take place. If the concerned person not able to deliver, I will not spare to him. Now, again, I will say this package is the blessing of the Honorable Prime Minister. I will request all my CGMs, all my GMs, all my officers, please tweet by giving the thanks to Honorable Prime Minister. So a kind of a campaign should be launched by all the officers of BSNL, all the staff of BSNL to thank the Honorable Prime Minister for whatever has been done by him. No such package of such magnitude has been given to any organization in the history of independent India. This is the biggest package and biggest support has come from the Honorable Prime Minister. So it is a time to thank the government, thank to the Honorable Prime Minister, thank to the Honorable Minister and the Department of Telecom and the other functionaries of DOT for giving us this package. Number one. Number two, please write a thanks letter from all staff union, association, officers to Honorable Prime Minister that this is the package which you have given and we are reposing the faith in BSNL. We are very grateful and gratitude. But at the same time, we are also giving you the responsibility in terms of the which you have given us the responsibility. We make it sure that we deliver to you. So I think it is very, very important for us to clearly indicate our commitment to the targets which the Honorable Prime Minister has given to us, both in terms of Mission 500 as well as making the organization strong. I think with these words, I like to end here, but I will like to open the floor.